What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for Death on the Nile. Just got back from the theater, and yo, this movie was fucking awesome. If you guys have been longtime subscribers of the channel, and you guys have been here for a while, you guys know that I did actually go and see Murder on the Oriental Express when they came back in 2017, and also did a review of it, that I will not recommend you go in to watch it now, because shit, I'm sure that was back when the audio part of my videos was fucking atrocious, you could barely make anything out. But yeah, I did review it. I did really enjoy it, and I thought that was the end of it. I thought this is the end of these movies. We were not going to get sequels. So you can imagine my hype and excitement when I saw the trailer last year. I forget what I was watching. I didn't see this like on YouTube or anything, or like on Twitter. I saw this when I was at the movie theater. I want to say maybe it was when I saw Scream 5. It was either that or maybe or maybe the new Resident Evil movie or something. But I saw the trailer. I was like, oh my god, the sequel to Murder on the Oriental Express. Let's go. You know, I was so hyped for it. And when the movie finally came out, I finally saw it. I was not disappointed, man. Honestly, this movie was better than I expected. This exceeded my expectation. I would say this is a far superior follow-up to Murder on the Oriental Express. And I hope that this movie does well enough to become a trilogy. But sorry to get ahead of myself. Let's just jump right in. So, the movie is, of course, directed once again by Kenneth Branagh, and of course stars Kenneth Branagh, along with Gal Gadot, Ali Fazal, Tom Bateman, Latia Wright, and Aniette Benning, and many more. And of course, the plot of Death on the Nile, Belgian sleuth Hercule Poirot, if I'm saying that right, Egyptian vacation abroad. A glamorous river stream returns to a terrifying search for the murderer for a murder when his picture-perfect couple idyllic honeymoon is tragically cut short. So first off, I gotta say the cast is amazing. Kenneth Branagh is once again phenomenal as Poirot, if I'm saying his name right, which I'm probably not because I am not French. But he was great, and I don't even mean that more so as him in like when he's like just doing the text, like even during the more dramatic scenes of the movie, which there are definitely a lot more, and I want to say that there is a lot more dramatic and type more sadder scenes in here, especially from where we saw Murder on the Oriental Express. I haven't seen the movie since I saw it in the theater, so I might be misremembering some details, but I liked how the movie kind of showed off more of his backstory of why Poirot is descending, and even why he has that legendary mustache. I really dug what he did there, and I kind of dug the way the movie starts off in black and white with like this World War I like flashback, giving more of its context with how he is, and I really did enjoy seeing it. It was nice just to see black and white again, because you know movies don't use black and white often. I like the ways the movie has used black and white throughout the rest of its runtime, and even how they managed to mix it red, which, oh, I am such a sucker for black and red, with like the only prominent color being red. It always looks amazing. Red's my favorite color, and oh, it always looks amazing every time I see it in movies, man. So I loved it here, but I really dug that how we got to see more of Poirot's backstory, and I thought Kenneth Branagh did an amazing job in his performance. Not only throughout when he's like actually being the greatest detective thing, but also when he's just in the more dramatic. I think he was really, really good there, man. Gal Gadot is, of course, fantastic as always. She was great. She was very entertaining. But low-key, probably the highlight of the movie outside of Kenneth Branagh was Latia Wright, who you guys know, of course, is Shuri from the Black Panther films, and will most likely become the next Black Panther in Wakanda Forever, or I don't know, maybe they're just going to recast T'Challa. I don't know. I keep seeing that hashtag on Twitter. I also don't know what's gonna happen at this point. But of course, whenever Wakanda Forever comes out, she was great, man. She was great. I really dug her character, and once again, she really impressed me when we got she had some of her more dramatic scenes. I thought she was really good there, man. She was great. She was low-key probably a highlight from outside Camp Rock. The rest of the cast did great as well. Rose Leslie, if I'm saying it right, Jennifer Sanders was great. Russell Brand was pretty good in like the 2 scenes he's in. He really doesn't do much. Armie Hammer, he was great as well, and the rest of the cast did a really good job. So, obviously, another thing I liked was, of course, obviously the whole part when they're actually trying to figure out the mystery itself. I thought that was really well handled, and I thought they did a good job keeping the viewer on their toes, on like wondering who was the murderer, who did this. And I think the reveal itself, I thought was really well done. And that whole scene when when everything is coming together and Poirot starts explaining on who the murderer is and how everything is going down, I thought that scene was like probably my favorite part of the movie in the third act, man. That shit was fucking amazing, man. I love that. Another thing I gotta praise is the cinematography in this movie is actually really fucking good. Like, yo, I was kind of surprised, like, yo, the cinematography is actually really good. You know, like, I don't remember much. Like I said, I haven't seen Murder on the Oriental Express since I saw it in 2017, but I gotta say this, I don't know if this was the same thing there, or if, like, also, like, they used black and white there as well when they were, like, when he was, like, kind of remembering and showing out the details of, like, the different, of like when the murders happen and everything in between all that. I thought this movie just looked really overall good, and I definitely really thought the cinematography was really good. That was actually probably one of the more surprising elements of outside the movie taking more of a serious approach to it and having more serious moments in there. I thought those were really well done. Like, and I thought, like, oh, cinematography. You know, this is. I was watching, like, yeah, this is good cinematography, Loki. As I was munching down on my popcorn. So that was great. I already mentioned some of this. I already mentioned, like, murder, and of course the cast was great. I think in terms of flaws, this is kind of like the only thing I kind of had a problem with, is that the movie definitely takes its time with the murder when we actually get to the murder, because I'm pretty sure the murder itself doesn't happen till like maybe like an hour into the movie. I think it was somewhere around that time frame. And on the one hand, I kind of liked that the movie kind of took its time and kind of like let the characters develop, us get to know them and see who, and try and maybe, like, as always, start to figure out, like, oh, maybe see who is going to make our predictions of who the killer is. But at the same time, when I was watching the movie, I was kind of just waiting. I was also at the same time, like, I kind of liked that they did that, and they kind of decided to let the movie kind of like build itself up. At the same time, like, can we get to the murder already? I do wish the movie kind of picked up the pace a little bit quicker to when we got to the murder and got out there a little bit quicker. But once it does, man, that's when the movie gets good and we're off to the races, man. And I was thoroughly enthralled throughout its entire runtime, man. But yeah, I think that's all I really got to say with Murder on the Oriental Express. Great cinematography, amazing performances, a solid mystery as in itself, and I pray to God this becomes a trilogy. I want there to be more of these movies. Please go and support this movie, especially if you enjoyed Murder on the Oriental Express. Please, I would say this is definitely a far superior follow-up to Murder on the Oriental Express, at least to me, man. But yeah, hopefully it does good well in the box office, and it can become a trilogy. We'll have to wait and see on that. But anyway, guys, overall, I am going to give Death on the Nile a 9.5 out of 10, guys. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like, if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Flag at least subscribe spots below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.